Hello everyone, Brett back, altitude scale modeling with part 8 of the B-17G Build Series. Last time we were together I was working on masking, which I have, I believe everything except the wheels masked up, as you can see. Lots of masking. Some of this, zoom in here. Some of this, like this part here, all this clear stuff, well, not about that, but this part here, these parts on here are going to need liquid mask, this part here, because they remain clear. These parts are going to be painted, these parts are going to be painted. But I need to liquid mask some of these, and for that, I'm not sure where I put my liquid mask. Oh, right in front of me. I'll be using Mr. Masking Neo. Stuff works great. But it's for another time. Today I want to get this fuselage buttoned up, put together. To do that, the last thing I need to do is put this turret in. I'll show you that in a minute, but I got the interior all done, ready to go. Seats in, joysticks in, front bomber position, navigator position, radio operators, everything all ready to go. I lost a seat back on here, so fortunately I don't think anyone's going to see it. I thought the side machine guns have to go in first, which was something I was concerned about, but looking at the directions, the guns don't actually go in until all the way back here in step 132, which to me is after I paint it. Same with the top gun here, the upper turret, all going in after painting, which is good. I'll probably just put in the clear parts when, right before, I'll put in the clear parts with micro crystal clear just to hold them in place. Then take them back out to put in the rest of the parts. So we need to work on, and here we are. We're going to, I got this part done, I got this part done, I got this part done, I got this part done. So I'm going to show you putting this side on, then putting these together, then putting it in there. And it doesn't move, so I'm going to decide which way I want it, which is probably just going to be a little slight droop to it. And then go through the directions, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then seal it all up. Then we'll start working on the wings next time. So this turret comes in 3 clear parts, 1, 2, and 3. So to glue them together, I'm using Tamiya Extra Thin Quick Dry because it doesn't fog the parts. As you can see, I broke off one of the guns. So what I'm gonna do is put it in there. Not in there. Oh, here we go. I'm going to take these, which you roll up and slide over the resin guns, and put them on here. And both of them, I'll probably break this one off the same distance and put those on, so it'll give it a hollow, plus it'll be metal and give it a more natural look. So with these, you gotta be careful of your fit. You gotta sand, make sure everything's sanded down smooth. This part here is as smooth as I can get without cutting the glass, but these are gonna be painted as well. And you wanna fit it exactly how it's supposed to go, which is like that, which is no gaps or anything else, as you can see. Then I'm gonna take a little dab of the Extra Thin Quick Dry, put it in that line there. Then I'm going to put it that line there. Okay. And I want to make sure I don't touch it where I've glued it. Turn it over, put it in this corner right here, so it flows both directions, and I'm holding it together while I'm doing this. Get a little more. And because it's extra thin and quick dry, I want to get a little more right here. Sorry if you can't see it while I'm holding it, but I'm getting it right there too. So it's being held, and get a little more right there, and push that back together like so. And you don't want to squeeze too hard, or else you'll just snap all the pieces apart. And that won't do you any good. Okay, looks like it's together nicely. One completed ball turret. As you can see, it's got lots of little masking all around it. Fortunately, I got the Edward masking set for this kit. Made it fit nice. Okay, let that dry for a minute. Next will be the two side brackets, which are these that I've already got cut out and cleaned up. This part, which is, so we're working on the side brackets next. I put the lid on my glue so I don't spill it, because I'll be using regular Tamiya next. Then this I've already got put together, which is right here. So glue these two on, then glue this on, then slide it up into there. It's not quite. Need a little bit more glue in this corner right here. You don't want to rush this, because this ball turret needs to be in one piece, and once it's up in there, I'm not sure how easy it would be to get out and repair. And I don't think I'd want to try. This extra thin quick dry smells a little different, but it works really well. I've been using it on my canopies for the permanent part. For my temporary canopy, I'll use the micro crystal clear, but for my permanent, after I get everything painted, I want them permanently attached and they're not going to come up ever. I use the quick dry because it doesn't fog the clear plastic. It dries so quick, holds really well. There we go. Got that just how we want it. Alright, let's put that away. We've also got Mr. Cement S, which is, it dries quicker than regular Tamiya Extra Thin, but not quite as quick as that Extra Thin Quick Dry. I use it sometimes, and then of course I've got my Plastic Magic, which I really like. It doesn't dry as quick as either of the other ones. You want to make sure you have the right angle up. So the two Darth Vader eyes right here are on the top. You got a little nib there, it goes in that hole. And then on the same thing on the other side, you got a little nib there that goes in that hole. And then these parts line up. And because I'm not going to have it, I'm going to set it to the down angle that I want it, which is a slight droop. So like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this in there just to get it damp. Like that. So when it's level, it's got a slight droop to it. Let that sit for a second, get a good bite. Turn it over. Same thing to the other side, not too much, just enough to fill in that hole. Put this one in there, the same place, so these end pieces line up, and they are not a perfect alignment, so you can't. You see, I'm squeezing and they don't. Whoops! I'm squeezing and they don't come together on those corners. So to remedy that, I'm going back to the extra thin quick dry, and I'm going to put it so it runs around the brace on the bottom side and holds it in place. And this is going to be up in there, so I can do it here as well. I'm going to make sure you're lined up just right, because this needs to go like that. Now again, let that dry for a moment. While that's drying, put that over there so I don't knock it. Come back out a little bit. Okay, we know this part's all done and put in. This part's all done, put in. Bombay's all done, all put together, all put in. Those I know were put on. That was connected. Bulkheads are put on. I did lose the back of one of the chairs. Floor panel's in with that bulkhead on. That's in there. That's in there. This is tail wheel part's in there. That's in there. That's in there. The seats, or the bombardier position, is there. This panel is there. There's the PE part. This is set just like that. This part is in there like that, right? Yep. So it looks like I got everything with the windows in. All that's in, glued in place. It's all glued in place. So it looks like I got everything glued in place. Alright, so take some more of the plastic magic. Fill that one. Fill that one. Put this in there. Then I'm going to put some more. The capillary action, take it down. Let that hold up for a minute. So after we get that in, we're going to do this. We're going to put the fuselage halves together finally. Then we start on the wings. Lots to do on the wings. Then attaching the wings. Attaching the elevators, the engines, cowls. So I'm going to need rudder, which is B04. Move this out of the way. Remember, I got all my screws taped up like that. E. I didn't do the big ones. B03 and 04. They need to be put together. Little test fit. Good. Need to do a little cleanup. Okay. Make sure you don't get glue on your fingers, or else you're going to leave fingerprints, which are going to be a pain to clean up. Okay, so no seam in the back. Bottom I'll sand away when it's dry. Same with here, which goes inside. So overall, good fit. And so that's the only thing we got to put in when we put the two fuselage halves together. Alright, so let that dry. This is dry. So, as you saw from the directions, here, this slides up and there's two notches in the top of the fuselage, which are right here. So we have this facing forward, and I could have, the way it goes together, I could have turned this anyway, but I just wanted it facing forward, so I left it that way. So this carefully goes in like that and glues in like that. So we're going to take the plastic magic down the side there, down the side there. Because it's open, I can go down the inside there, down the inside there. What you want to do before it sets is make sure you are in place exactly where you need to be, that the turret is how you want it, and that matches up on the bottom. So I'm going to hold that for a moment. Make sure you see we're squared up going this way too. We put a little more glue to go down in there. And I'm just going to hold it for a second. Let it bite. Here's the other half of the fuselage. All weathered up nice. A little wear in there. PE parts over there. None of this you're going to be able to see. This was all just me, because I'm going to know it's there. Make sure that cat hair doesn't get in there. Okay, it's in there nice. Now, I test fitted before, so I know how well this went together. But I test fitted without that turret. Like that. You hear it snapping together in some parts. Oops, I almost pushed out a window. I have to fix that before I do my final gluing. So, we're okay there, but we're a little tight here. It's not the front part. It's in here somewhere. Let's gently take it back apart. Is that the window I pushed? Nope. Is this the window I pushed? Yep. So, I'm trying to figure out what part is keeping it from fitting. Add a little more glue around this frame. Okay, maybe a lot more glue, since that just dripped on there like that. Okay, so this part, the only thing I can think of, I can't really see, maybe this part here is sticking out too far. Because this isn't going to be seen, so I can sand away at it. That's my first choice. Parts that can't be seen. Oh, help the bottom. Still just, and it is that part, because that's the part's not going together, because this part will go together. This part won't go together. And it might be trying to see if I, oops, knocked down one of the seats. When I put it in there, I didn't sit it right against, like, knocked out some photo etch. I'm gonna roll. Like this part right here, maybe I didn't seat it right in there. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yep, you see, it was just about there. I might not quite make it, but I think you should be careful when you're putting this together and make sure that you don't get too much glue in there and you get this side lined up okay. Try and push it back a little bit. As you can see, it's not, there was a bigger gap right there, and there's not now. So, that's together, that's together, tail's together, that's together, that's together, 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 very nice there. This might, like I said, I didn't test it with the turret in place, so this part's okay, front's okay, that part's okay, and that part's off just a little bit. So I might just leave it like that and fill it, because I don't think, because this is in there good, I don't think sanding that is going to help much. Well, let me try a little bit more just to be safe. Because it's better to be safe than sorry. That's as far as I'm going to go. I'll fill the rest of the way if I need to. Because you see, it didn't help a lot. It helped a little bit. So I just have that, I'll have that held in place like that, and then do a little bit of filling. That panel just popped out of somewhere. Let's see. Right there. This is the PE Bombers panel, so I need me some super glue. A little dab of you. And it's gonna slide in there like that. Put it in there and lay it down. There we go. Okay, so the seat that fell out I can put in after I'm together. I'm not really sure where this PE part goes. We're going to sit it there. We're going to put the seat off to the side. Sure that's okay. It is. All right. Last time. I'm going to start in the back. With my Tammy extra thin. Go to the tail. Before you do that, don't forget the rudder. Duh. Good thing I didn't glue the bottom first, huh? Okay. Now, let's try that again. And we can go like this, because fortunately it'll go right down the seam there. Same on this bottom one. It'll go right down the seam on the inside. And you know, maybe just a little across there. Then bring it together. Handy dandy clamps. You can see it's not quite staying together. go. Like that. You might just have to resort to the old way of holding it together. And I don't know if you can notice those two panel lines right by my thumbs. They're not lined up. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be or not. You think they would be, because those two where my fingers are lined up. So I'll need to check some references on that. Alright. Sorry, I'm doing that off camera. Alright, let that hold on there. I'm going to glue this part here. Okay, save the front for last. Touch in a little more right through here. Again, with this seam here, you can let it flow down that way. We'll get the bottom all buttoned up. That's just going to leave this here. These friction clamps are great. You can use them one-handed. So we're going to put a little more Tammy extra thin right through here. Squeeze it together. Make sure that this is in there straight, which it is. So I'm going to run some glue along this edge here and then inside there. For a second I was afraid I was supposed to put the glass in there. Sometimes it just takes a little pressure. A little dab will do ya. And this is why you shouldn't have a movie on or something while you're modeling, so you can be distracted while you're doing this part. And it's going to pull apart when I let go, but not much. Now, like I said, I'm going to on this side, and then I'm going to do a little more down this side. And I'm going to touch just a bit right through here. Then I'm going to bring this together. Now, I don't know how much of this is an Airfix fit problem or how much of it is me not getting it together right when I put it together. I'm just going to assume that it was me not getting it together right, because everything else seems to fit okay. So we'll just blame this on me. So, no point in you guys sitting around watching glue dry. So, thanks for tuning in to part 8. When we come back, we'll see how well this went together and what seams need to be filled. And I will talk to you in about a week or so. Thanks for watching, everybody. Wish me luck.